Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tucker Tonight. I'm Brian Kilmeade, and I'm going to be filling in for Tucker for the entire hour. Apparently, the dubious use of emails can run in families. It turns out embattled Hillary Clinton aide Huma Abedin might have been the chief of staff had she won. Is not the only one in her family linked to an email controversy. That news as the State Department releases more of Huma's own emails from her time and the Clinton State Department. Remember the emails that were found on our ex-husband's laptop. Fox News chief national correspondent Ed Henry is here with some all-new email developments. Hey, Ed.
Brian, great to see you. Huma Abedin probably just wants this year to be over. It began with the reality setting in that her patron, Hillary Clinton, was not going to be president, and Donald Trump was being inaugurated. The year ended with more family drama. In November, her estranged husband, Anthony Weiner, began serving a 21-month sentence following his conviction of sexting with an underage girl. Today, the State Department released a new batch of emails, as you noted, from Weiner's laptop. Remember, the existence of those emails led then FBI Director James Comey to reopen the Clinton server probe near the end of the 2016 election. Then Comey and the FBI basically cleared everyone, and they claimed to the public at the time most of these emails on the laptop were duplicates and not really a big deal. Well, breaking tonight, we're learning there were several emails on the Weiner laptop that he shared with Abedin that had classified information. At least one of those documents sent from the laptop to Clinton while she was Secretary of State in 2012, and it had the label, quote unquote, classified. Also breaking this week, as you noted, a first cousin of Abedin was convicted Tuesday in a fraud case involving, wait for it, fake emails. 44-year-old Omar Amanat faces more than a decade in prison after a jury in New York found he and an associate were guilty of cooking the books and defrauding shareholders at the tech company Kit Digital. Amanat's brother also arrested in the United Arab Emirates. According to the New York Post, a judge in the case revoked Amanat's bail after he was deemed a flight risk. The father of 6 tried to fool the jury by introducing, yes, fake emails into the record, trying to pass it off as evidence that would vindicate him. During the 2016 campaign, the New York Post also reported Abedin spent more than a decade editing a radical Muslim publication that opposed women's rights and blamed the U.S. for the 9/11 terror attacks. A far cry from the way Clinton and associates like Abedin presented themselves in that losing campaign. But again, this is a year that she clearly wants over, Brian.
Right, and think of what could have been. In her mind, she might have been chief of staff, one of the most powerful women in the entire country, hence the entire world. Instead, we're still wondering about her lapse of judgment, bringing back those emails to her house, 4 of which at least were classified. Correct. To Anthony Weiner, who clearly has some trust issues, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, he was no longer in Congress when he had access to some of this information, clearly didn't have a security clearance, and this is going to raise questions about why Hillary Clinton was let off the hook. But again, it's also going to raise questions about why James Comey decided to insert himself late in the election season and suggest that Hillary Clinton still had an email problem in October on the eve of the election, and then a few days later said, well, no, never mind, she's been vindicated, the emails are not a problem. We're looking at them tonight, Brian, and as you say, several of them had classified information. So it's going to raise a lot of questions.
Ed, great job as usual. Have a great New Year. See you soon.
Happy New Year.
All right, as Ed reported, the State Department has just released, and I'm talking about just a couple hours ago, emails found on the laptop shared by Huma Abedin and her estranged husband, Anthony Weiner. Now, yesterday on CNN, Don Lemon, who has a show there, was visibly annoyed that the Abedin-Clinton email scandal just won't end.
When you clearly have top secret information on a laptop that you have on a server in the basement of your house, and then you send those top secret classified documents to people that aren't even cleared to see them, and then you forward them to your husband, who, by the way, is in jail.
There have been a million hearings on it. It's water under the bridge, but no, we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
When in doubt, toss to a break. You'll learn that in Anchor School 101. Tom Fitton is the reason why Don Lemon lost his mind. He's the president of Judicial Watch, and he sued the State Department in order to obtain the emails. And he's the reason 2,800 emails are into the public right now. Tom, I know this is always a long process. Congratulations on getting it. How many have you read? What have you found?
Well, I've read about 140 of the emails. The State Department servers went down, and you know, it's a big team effort at Judicial Watch. It's extraordinary that we have to get our lawyers to sue in court, our investigators to look at the documents. After 2 years, we finally get the records. Now, the FBI found these records last year, as Ed Henry pointed out, we're only getting them 16 months later. And they show there was classified information on Weiner's laptop, in the least, at least 4 or 5 emails of that. There could be others there, but we're having to dig through the records to find that out. You know, and the concern is you're not supposed to take classified information off of classified systems, and you're certainly not supposed to take them out of the office, and you're certainly not supposed to store them on unsecure systems like your husband's laptop. And of course, Weiner was involved in all sorts of things that make his laptop especially a risky place to store this type of information. And you have to wonder why it is the FBI and the Justice Department let Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin off the hook after, you can bet the FBI knew there was classified information late last year when Comey cleared Hillary Clinton yet again, why it is they let her off the hook. Now remember that FBI special agent who was sending these pro-Hillary and anti-Trump texts last year? Well, he's the top counter-intel guy, or at least one of them at the FBI, and would have been involved in this decision-making as well. So it's all coming together. We now know that Comey, other top officials at the FBI, Loretta Lynch meeting with Bill Clinton, they obviously were protecting Hillary Clinton and targeting President Trump. And one of the ways they were protecting Hillary Clinton was refusing to enforce the laws against the mishandling classified information. They left this classified info on the internet equivalent of a public park bench.
So if you want to know how somebody might be as president, you might say, what was the last job they had, and how did they handle it? How do they handle it? Using a private server. How do they handle it? Not being truthful about it. How do they handle it? Putting classified information on that, denying that it did, and then having it turn up. And then getting angry when it's discovered in October before an election that she sent classified, her chief of staff, sent classified material back to her house. This is a country secret. At least 4 cases. You found 4 classified emails already. You're only through a couple of hundred. You got to get through almost 3,000. So it's her actions that prompted law enforcement to have to act. So you might love Comey, hate Comey. He did not want to have to do this. Her actions forced him to find this and then make a decision, correct?
Yes, I do. And I think, you know, Don Lemon's going to be really angry when I say the following. We need the Justice Department to criminally investigate what went on here, this time in an honest, forthright way, as opposed to the sham investigation that went on during the Obama administration that was protecting Hillary Clinton, their preferred candidate for the presidency. You know, Jeff Sessions, or I don't know if he's recused himself from this as well, but the Justice Department, if this has not caused the Justice Department to do a serious independent and criminal investigation, you know, then we're throwing all the laws against the mishandling of classified information. You might as well throw all those laws out.
Right.
Because you can do anything you want, and if you're powerful enough to get away with it, that can't be the standard. And President Trump, he's the president. He was elected to make sure this sort of stuff was stopped. And I would suggest he asked his Attorney General or someone in the Justice Department to at least investigate what went on here.
Right. And by the way, people say, why does President Trump keep talking about Hillary Clinton? There's an argument could be made there. But if you flip it around, Hillary Clinton never stops talking about this election and what happened leading up to it, blaming everybody except her own actions, including Comey, and wanting this investigation when clearly she has some problems that have to be looked into. Hey, you guys are relentless. Tom Fitton, thanks so much.
You're welcome.